Pretty nice move in the SPY here. Again, I'm watching the 200 days. The 200 is still quite a ways away. We do have resistance on the SPY at 565, 42. We just went through it. And next one is 569.53. Alright, VSTM, one of the biotechs you follow, just got halted. Waiting on FDA approval and have earnings next week, but who knows? Yeah. Well, you know a lot more than I do about it, so. But technically, it's basically just stuck at the 50-day moving average. Again, TEM, I pull back. I took profits on the ones for this week that I took by mistake, and I'm still on the ones for next week with a sell order at $2 higher than what I paid for it. It's a pretty good move in the market here. I'd be cautious with shorts right now. Market is ripping up here. SPY up 0.9% right now. Triple Q's up 1.08%. Triple Q's right at resistance right now. Right at resistance. Netflix still moving up here into the 1150s now. I'm going to give it a little time. Right, see if we get any questions here. Joe Hughes puts again. Well back, yeah, we already talked about that. Yeah, too much news. This is you can't trade against this here, right now. I'm not going to jump on longs either right now, except for TEM. I'm waiting to see what the market does here. The market's been pretty volatile when these news events happen, so we just kind of watch it and see. Again, TEM, I'm happy with the movement on this one. Still in PRCH, trying to take profits in that. It's kind of moving sideways. T2104 is pretty bullish here this morning. Market internals, pretty bullish. Even more bullish right now. It's moving up pretty nicely. SPY coming up to a standard deviation line. SPY right to that standard deviation line. Pull back a little bit. Still very strong. Still very strong market here. TEM just kind of moving sideways. I got PRCH is just moving sideways as well. This VEE, this is a potential Momo trade, VEE. SPY still going. MTCH is triangle possible, Joe. MTCH. You took 50% off on it. Took half of off at 50%. Nice job. MTCH match. Yeah, that is a potential strangle for sure. Trading at 28. ATR about 75 cents. On earnings. Match a little bit too expensive for me to take a straddle on it. Right now, I just imagine there's some still implied volatility in those premiums on off of this earnings. Again, this VEEE is a potential Momo trade here. VEEE. VEEE coming in right now. I'm just waiting to see if we get a bounce in it. SPY still moving up. 10-minute trade. Nice job, Joe. Another 35% in MTCH. Yeah, came in pretty hard and bouncing a little bit here right now. Still in TEM, just kind of moving sideways. Still in PRCH. Whoops, that's not it. There it is, sideways. ZEEE, triple E. Oops. Sorry, V, triple E. There it is right there. Hasn't bounced yet. Are we pointing out CTVA very strong after earnings? Was quiet all day till about an hour ago. CTVA. Cortiva, yeah, nice bounce here. Yeah, it gapped up, moved sideways, and now it's moving right up. Let's move there. A little bit of a chase right now. You have to wait to see what take a look what the daily chart looks like. Yeah, nice gap, nice breakout on CTVA. Got some resistance. Not really any high volume resistance. There was some resistance at the high from a while back. 66.24. 66.24 is a very weak resistance. This is a pretty nice setup in CDVA. Yeah, we can use it. Alright, we got a couple of questions here. Morning WMB, quite a profit taking in Netflix here. What are my thoughts on that? I don't have anything too promising to think about Netflix. I've got a debit spread on it, so I'm going to stay in it, and I want to see what it does. It pulled down pretty hard this morning, but it's bounced back probably about 10 points since it hit 12 points since it hit its low. Going to give it some time. The market is really strong here. Again, Trump's talking, saying everybody should buy stock now. You can see it goes to pushing the market up here. So again, I'm watching the SPY for the 200-day moving average on the daily chart. It's still a ways away from the 200, but it's moving in that direction pretty hard. Again, I'd be real careful with shorts here. I'm waiting for an opportunity to take some shorts, but not right now. This TEM's starting to move up again. I'm long TEM, I'm long PRCH, and I'm watching a VEEE for a Momo trade. That's it. Took profits this morning in PayPal. Took profits in ABBV. This call credit spread we had that worked out nicely. Yesterday we took profits in Philip Morris and Wendy's. So we're kind of putting some money in our pocket here this week. Pretty extended move here in the SPY. And again, I said the T2104 was showing very bullishness all day. Still, it's very bullish still. Took some profits in my Google straddle. I take profits when it goes against me like that. I'm take profits with only 1 day to go and those things. So took profits in Google. Shorts are getting squeezed pretty hard here right now. 10 with a little nice bounce up here. Again, I took profits on my Google straddle from yesterday. Again, I'm watching VEEE for a Momo trade. It's bouncing right. It's actually bouncing off the 8 exponential moving average on the 5-minute, but pretty close to the 15 right there. Just needs to hold here. It's still yellow here, but again, this is Momo trades. I don't trade so much off of this on Momo trades. Just looking at volumes on this thing, and again, VEE traded 41.2 million shares today. Float 2.8 million. I took some VEEE shares here just to see if this bounce continues. I get in at 746. TEM trading at 575 right now. Again, it paid 475 for that TEM trade. 575 right now. I got a seller at 675 for TEM. We get a little bit of VEEE, got a little bit of volume coming into it here on this candle. Not moving up very quickly though. I'm not thrilled with this pattern. I just took some profits in it. I'm not going to hang. I'm going to come back and try it again if we get some more volume pushing this thing up. But so I took a little bit of profits in VEEE. Watching TEM pulling back a little bit. Made a nice little candle there. Again, SPY pretty strong here today. Of all this tariff talk and Trump telling people to buy stock, pushing up pretty hard. But again, I'm not chasing anything up here. I'm just looking for some very high probability trades if I can find them. Took profits in my Google straddle, took profits in PayPal, took profits in the ABBV call debit spread, call credit spread, and still stuck in Netflix. Took profits in TEM off the options that I bought expiring this week that I did by mistake, and still in next week's TEM. Q's broke through the 200-day moving average. Yep, they touched it this morning pre-market, and they just got up through it today. This is a big level for the Q's, just like the 200-day will be for the SPY. Yep, on the daily, I got you. I don't use a 200 except on the daily, Cedric. I don't use it on any other time frame except the. That's what the institutions use. They use the daily chart. They use the 50, the 100, the 200 on the daily chart. I don't use any of those on 5-minute charts or weekly charts or anything like that. TEM is doing great. Yeah, TEM's had a nice little pop. Again, I'm trying to squeeze $2 out of it because I get next week. We'll see what happens here. I don't expect this market rally to continue, just unabated. I'd be very cautious here with anything long. SPY coming back down now. Triple Qs too. Triple Qs went right to the 200-day moving average. Okay, it's about 10 minutes to 12, 7 minutes to 12 right now. So let's see if we got any questions here. We got a couple of questions over in YouTube. Trying to wrap your head around options, okay? Went long on PayPal shares at the 11:25 candle today with a stop. Let me bring up PayPal. Okay, so you're intraday trading PayPal. Okay. At the 11:25 candle with a stop below 69.60. Okay. All right. So you were using the VWAP as a stop on it. On the 11:25 candle. Okay. Yeah, that was a good long right there. What would be a good option strategy to go long instead of buying shares? You're planning on it to be a day trade. If you're going to do a day trade on PayPal, first of all, it's a nice bullish setup. So if I was going to do a day trade on this, I would still use next week's expiration on the calls, and you would want to buy it in the money. Something like $69.50, $70 in the money call, and trade that to see what kind of you get some additional leverage on it. I'd have to look at the exact options to see what the bid-ask spread to see if they're worthwhile or not. But buying shares was fine. You're probably taking profits on it already, so it bounced up and pulled back. I don't trust the market at this point. That was a big rally, and you got to be careful. The Qs went right to the 200-day moving average. But that's what I would do on any day trade like that. Is I still use the next week's generally. I would use, especially on a Thursday, I would use the next week's expiration date. Even though you intend on getting out, you don't want to lose too much time decay on any kind of a compression or a pullback. And we're getting a pullback in PayPal right now. TEM kind of pulling back a little bit, not much. SPY with a little bit heftier pullback. So a lot of people that were short, and some of these shorts, by the way, Apple is a really good short setup, but you get squeezed hard on these things. This puts a lot of pressure on anybody who's short, and a lot of people are short the market right now. And again, I've been trying to keep a very small number of positions on, trying to use non-directional type trades because I don't trust this market at all. And these kind of moves, this is like the move we had the day that the tariffs were paused. They trap a lot of shorts in the market, and so a lot of shorts are trapped right now. But the positions are probably still good if you can suffer the setback when they start to move like this. I'm watching Netflix, which is trying to grind up here a little bit, not making a big enough move for me. Cedric, yeah. Palantir very strong, a little extended. Yeah, it's not really extended on the daily chart. It's probably extended on the 5-minute chart, but yeah, that's still a nice move up. I still like this up to 124. It's got about $5, $4.50 to the upside on Palantir. I took off Netflix for a loss. You can't move on this. I don't listen. I don't have any idea what the rest of the day or tonight's gonna string. I'm not gonna bail on it yet. I'm gonna wait and see. Apple, yeah. I mean, I think Apple still is still a good short setup. The problem is right now that it's above the 197.91, which was the support level that it broke through. But it does have the 8 and the 15 just above here. Depends on if you're in it with stock or if you have options on it. Options would be more problematic than just holding the stock. Yeah, that's fine. You might be wrong, but you'd rather use the money to recover the losses elsewhere. Yeah, I mean that's fine. I don't have any problem with you taking a loss on Netflix. I mean, you get clobbered here today. I want to see what happens. This market is schizophrenic. TEM pull back a little bit. I peeled off some of my TEM at $6, but I'm leaving the rest out there at $6.75. This VEEE is still a decent Momo trade. Again, I took some profits in it. The thing is very volatile. These are pretty big candles. As you can see, this down here around $6.98, $7. It's about $1.50 right here on this candle. So these are pretty big moves. So you have to be prepared to take that kind of a risk. Palantir, beautiful move up in Palantir. Again, I peeled up some of my TEM for $6. Paid $4.75 for it. Peeled some off at $6, holding the rest. I'm just kind of flattening out here a little bit now. T2104 remains bullish. Really no pullback in the T2104 at all. Cumulative volume index, that's basically a market internals measure. Still looks very good, very bullish. So again, the number of the volume of the up stocks, volume of the stocks moving up versus the volume of the stocks moving down, it's very strong to the bullish side right now. Little profit taking in TEM. Again, I peeled off half the position. This is next week's position. I already took profits in this week's that I had put on by mistake. Palantir still looking good here. Just no looking back in Palantir. Just grinding. And I get see my next resistance is on it. $116.30 and 124. Next one's 124 on Palantir. 124 resistance. About 10 past 12 here. I'll take lunch in about around 12:30. So we'll have YouTube up running until about 12:30. Then I'll close that down. I'm not doing an awful lot of trading here. I'm not chasing this market. I'm in TEM, and I took half of TEM off. Like that one. PRCH has moved up and pulled right back. Could have taken some profits in that, but I didn't. But I'm still holding it. It's 1071 right now. It needs to get above 1076 again. Palantir starting to move down a little bit. You can see PRCH come back down. SPY not really coming down hard. But TEM a little bit. Still in Netflix. It's up from the low this morning, but still not too good. And I took profits in the Google straddle I had on. I took profits in ABBV, the call credit spread that we had on. That was a pretty good profit for overnight. And I took profits in PayPal this morning. I've been holding that for a good long time. It still looks pretty good, actually. But it is getting pretty close to the 71 level for the resistance. right, see if we get any questions here. Market come up, screamed up here, moved sideways. Again, SPY right now on the daily chart. I got resistance at 569.53. So let's say 560, not 70. 570 is basically the next resistance level. A little below 570. But we get the 200-day moving average really, really close right now to the SPY. That's really, really going to be important. SPY not really showing too much hesitation to keep going up here. Again, we're getting very close to the 200-day moving average on the SPY on the daily chart. 200-day moving average on the SPY, just for context, is 573.24. 573.24, about 4 points from here. And then the 100 is above that. And I got 569 above. Right now it's on the horizontal resistance level. This is my SPY chart right here on the daily. Right, so there's the 200 right there. This is a horizontal resistance level that it's at right now. So this is kind of a pretty critical level. You can see we've been up around here before, but the 200 is a big deal. Here's the Qs. You see how the Qs actually have gotten through the 200-day moving average. Where the Qs close today is going to be important. If they close above the 200, you have to lean bullish, even with this 100 above here. It's a pretty big bounce here in the market. I mean, the all-time high is way back here, a long way up, a long way away from that. But for the last couple of months, this is a pretty big move. Qs, nice bunch up to 200. Yeah, it's Qs are actually went through the 200 here. The Qs, the 200 on the Qs is 491.15. It's trading at 492.24. So it's about a buck over the 200 right now on the Qs. That basically is the 200. I mean, that's close enough. So it's actually right at the 200 resistance right now. CH coming back right back down again, putting in a doji candle now. Again, TEM, I took part of my TEM off of my calls for next week. I already took profits in this week's calls. I took some of my calls for next week off at $6, and I've got the last batch in at $6.75. Again, took profits at ABBV today, took profits in PayPal today, I took profits in the Google Straddle today. I took some profits in VEEE as a Momo. I took a loss in ZKIN as a Momo. audio volume's low, WMB. Yeah, I haven't adjusted it at all. I can't really. I use this thing called the toner, which is pretty nice. Most everybody says the sound is okay, so I don't. Again, I don't want to. It's usually this is a good level for everybody. I don't know why you're having some trouble hearing it. SPY kind of moving sideways here. I'm going to get lunch here in just about 5 minutes. Sorry about that, WMB. I don't know what to tell you. SPY kind of moving sideways here. Another potential Momo is right here. This ASST, a potential Momo trade. $860s. It's got resistance at about $10, I think. Yeah, this thing has got a lot of room to the upside. Huge volume today. Huge volume. It's traded 130 million shares. It's got a 2.4 million share float. Just kind of moving sideways now. TEM, just kind of moving sideways. And again, ASST, which is was a momentum stock trade here, as it bounced off. The 8 exponential moving average. A little extended right here, standard deviation line right there. But again, these are fairly quick. You got to be really. Again, I don't recommend these VOMO trades for anybody really. They're very difficult to trade. They're very risky. These things can move around a lot, so you've got to be able to read price action pretty well. But again, I did take some money in VEE today, but I lost some money in ZKIN on Momo trades. These are just kind of fill-in trades for me. An ASST, I'm already in and out of that thing for a profit. All right, gonna get some lunch here in just a second, see if we have any questions. Joe posted some Momo stocks in Discord. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thank you. Shy. Trump stopped speaking, so we'll see what the market does now. I'm gonna take lunch. Okay, so Trump stopped speaking, and we'll see if the market gives back some of these gains. It's a pretty nice move up in the SPY. It really is. threatening the 200-day moving average. It's now down below the 569.53 that I had for resistance level. It poked above it for a bit, but we'll see where we go here. I'm not interested in getting into anything right now. Still got TEM on here, looking to try to get out at 675 on my second batch of calls. Alright, see if we get any pullback in the market here. As I get ready to go to get something to eat, I'm going to grab some lunch. We'll see if the market pulls down from this level or not. It's a pretty good move up in the market today. Up 1.3% on the SPY. Triple Qs up 1.7%. IWM up 2.2%. Russell 2000 very strong. SMMT approaching break even. We're talking about on the straddle, or the strangle, whatever we get on that thing. Straddle. Yeah, getting close. Nice little move in Summit here. Up 3% today. Still running right into resistance at the 8 and the 15. Alright, gotta get some lunch. Let me go ahead and finish off YouTube over here. Nicholas, thanks for my time and my support. No problem. I appreciate you coming into the YouTube and watching it, Nicholas. Appreciate it. Look forward to seeing some of you folks over in my room one day. All right, everybody. Everybody YouTube, have a great weekend, or a great weekend. Have a great evening and a great afternoon. We'll be back again tomorrow. We're actually trading tomorrow, so we'll be trading tomorrow. And pretty crazy price action. Market, a beautiful recovery in the last few days. I'm still not buying it. I want to see what it does at the 200-day moving average. Okay, everybody, and YouTube will see you tomorrow around 11:15. All right, have a good afternoon.